Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the Universe Chinese. Let's continue our journey in exploring one more Chinese expression today. Yesterday, we talked about Chinese translation of anthropology, which is 人类学. That is how you can classify humans. It's a study of that. Okay, and today we continue with another type of study that's kind of related, but from a different perspective. It's 社会学, sociology. Okay, 社会. I've been using this concept all my life, but I never unpack, like look at each character. How 社会 means society, like why somebody picked this particular two Chinese characters to form the meaning corresponding to the English society version. Okay, I hope I can do it today. I'm still a little bit not sure of the full story. Let's go. Okay, 社came from, I translate it as landlord, but it's misleading. I can tell you straight away because I cannot translate it using one English word to express 社. 社 actually means the god of land. So definitely it's not our landlord in our contemporary, renter world, right? So it's not who rent you your apartment. Not like that. It's landlord in the sense of ancient society, agrarian society, totally live off the land. And I mean, today we're still, even if we're in industrial and information age already, but even more so in ancient times, you live off the land. So worship of the land, appreciation of the land, regard the land, almost elevate them as the god that kind of control your life. It's definitely beyond your own control, right? And that was captured in this phrase. So how come it's the god of land? So, okay, we have this divine decoder symbol on the left and the soil or land symbol on the right. I mean, there are a lot of concepts that are not exactly corresponding to it. For example, here, the land, I translate it as land. When we think about land, we think of all the surface area on the planet. Over here in Chinese, this land concept means it's the land that particularly good for growing crops. The land that are like growing grass or trees or forest is not really considered as useful crop growing land for us. So over here, it's Chinese soil symbol is more accurate because soil was defined as it's below the ground. So this is the ground level. The second line is the indicator to show this is below the ground. And also this is the ground where plants can grow. And this plant, in the context of agrarian society, that means the crops can grow. So below the ground, the crops can grow. That's what's defined over here. That's the indicator pointer. Point to there means it's the soil. That's crop growing underground place. And the soil next to the divine decoder, we've seen the symbol a lot. So it is a communication back then of like humans, we speak a set of language, right? And then nature or God or the superpower that's kind of a governing our life, governing if you are going to have a good harvest this year. Those are beyond, like we don't really know their intention or speak their language, right? So of course, within the human language speakers, within the human society, a small specialized group of people who claim to be able to at least not talk back, but at least be able to interpret, to understand, to read better the signs from the divine. And not originally, but this divine decoder, when it paired with a lightning symbol, that means God. that represent God, because the lightning symbol was regarded as the language from this superpower, and you on the ground, the divine decoder, try to interpret from the lightning patterns what's the message is. Okay, so the divine decoder here is 2 horizontal lines with 3 vertical lines, and here it's connected with only 1 touch point. The rest of them are on top of, like floating besides it. So I guess I realized I probably didn't really go deep into exactly what that is. It's up for interpretation, but we can see it's almost like a stand, right? Like a podium. So this horizontal line surface is a podium, flat surface, and with a stand, right? And then the left and right probably symbolize like you're holding onto the podium. And then the top line is the sky, or the visual horizon that we can see to the upper limit of our world, right? So that closest visual point to heaven, the concept of a later heaven, that somebody is going to using this podium as kind of interface to look at heaven and try to decode the message from the environment. So it's beyond the human control, everything beyond. And other scholars say this 3 vertical lines represent the past, the current, the future. And the current, the now, here and the now, is kind of connected to the divine. And then you try to probably look at what happened in the past or try to tell the future. All kinds of interpretations. But this 2 horizontal line with 3 vertical line, that's the symbol for divine decoding. And this divine decoding then associated with the divinity, right? And the divinity plus the crop growing soil that become the god of land. And I can totally understand why agrarian societies would regard the land, the god of land, as one important god that governing their livelihood. So this then becomes one of the major gods. We also have a god of grain or god of crops. So anything that's not human, but that are important to the survival of human, may be assigned as this divinity figure to kind of give them a human figure-ish, to be relatable, and then be worshipped. So as the emperors or the rulers of that land, this ruler would do this, I guess, elaborate ceremony to offer or to appreciate the land of the god of the land or god of the crops, because these are the major things for the survival of your tribe, right? And that eventually got associated with the leader of this society. So this ceremony related to the god of the land then extended into the whole society. Like that's the common goal, that's the mission of the society, which is to survive on this piece of land. So you have to worship the god of the land. Okay, so that gives you a society, the meaning of society, one portion of it, because it shows you the exterior condition for your survival, which is controlled, supposedly controlled by the god of the land. And as the leader of that tribe, their mission is to have a close collaboration or understanding with the land of the god, so that they can effectively activate their people to satisfy the god of the land. Okay, 会. This is a little bit, this is a little bit abstract, because for me, these symbols, I know the bottom, the top, but the middle is a mystery for me. The bottom is, okay, up to the corner, that's the mouse symbol. And then with one horizontal line, that signifies what's coming out of the mouse. And then it's also like opening, has an opening over here. So originally the mouse symbol will be a closed, if you're not saying anything, you're sealed, your mouse, it's closed. But here, when it's open, that just visually mean you are really spitting out something, you're uttering something, there are airflow and also information, not necessarily information, but words coming out of you. And this is Chinese 约. 约 is the ancient way of speaking. And so Chinese do distinguish your intent, which is the unsaid meaning of your, versus 约 or words, which are said, expressed, a verbalized intent of yours. So I guess intent is non-verbalized words, but words are verbalized intent. Okay, so something related to speaking or communication, just like here, the divine decoder related to communication. And here the triangle thing with gaps over there. You almost look at it, this almost look like the roof of ancient East Asia architecture, right? They have this shape of roof. I mean, in the West, European buildings also have this roof. It's a functional, like we need not a flat roof, but one with angle so that the rain or the snow can going down, right, naturally. But this roof looking thing with the horizontal line beneath it almost link up to the triangle shape. And this triangle shape in Chinese, sometimes coupled with a rectangle shape. So triangle, rectangle, all linked up. That means it's a linking. It's one complete unit or one complete cycle. And just like this past, present, future, three vertical lines, we can almost view this horizontal, this triangle shape. There's a 3 beats, even music, it's a 3 beats. Also view it as past, present, future, past, present, future. There is a rhythm and a pattern to it. And this triangle thing forms kind of like the universe for us, because we are forever dealing with the past, present, future, right? So that's the triangle. So it gives you, you can view it almost like a timeline. And you can also view it almost in a contemporary understanding of society, the structure of the society, the pyramid shape, right? It looks like pyramid shape, even if like a pyramid is, the pyramid occurred in Egypt, later on used in social science to come up with a theory and used as the period structure of the society symbol, right? Super simplification. So I doubt ancient Chinese language creators actually used the pyramid to mean to show the society in this formation, because that's the tip. Everything is going this way. So I doubt, but there is one possibility, and we probably can explain it in this way. So this is something related to speaking, related to your world. It's almost like the boundary of a world of past, present, future, or the society of the spatial sense or the social ladder sense of the society in that structure, right? And the middle, I have no clue what that is. So that's the mystery part. And the whole character here, in the later meaning, it means meeting, actually. When you say Zoom meeting, it will be 会, 开会. It means let's open a meeting. It means people gather, people start to talk. And we can see gather or meeting as the place, the opportunity, the occasion for you to speak up. So speaking over here makes sense, right? And then this rooftop this triangle thing means people come together, form a full triangle. And then that's when they can speak and share their opinions. And eventually this becomes this verbal communication event that people gather. Okay, so this verbal communication gathering plus the worship of the god of the land then formed the concept. Somebody back then translates sociology or society, 社会 by itself, just society. And when I add to this 学, the study, then that becomes the study of society, which is sociology. And then let's see. So the land of the god, the god of the land means the goal, the mission is survival. So therefore you have to worship the god of the land. And then how you are going to organize your society is by gathering and sharing opinions. That's how you do it. And this is why you do it. That is the survival, or to correctly interpret the meaning of the god of the land. So that's the foundation of the two concepts of why and how, and then forms the concept of society. Like we have a goal to exist, we have a meaning or point to exist, and then how we exist is to come together, have this verbal communication. Okay, and study again, this is children image, and then this is the arch, means a space, it's sheltered. And then this two process, you can view it as network knowledge, or you can view it as intricate wooden structure of the roof. So it's an elaborate roofing. And then the two three finger hand symbol means somebody caring or hand holding the children for them to grow in their understanding of the world in this temple, almost like intricate roofed temple of knowledge. So that's the setting of study. And we have the knowledge holder or helper, facilitator for children to learn in this safe environment. Okay, 社会学 is simply a Chinese way to translate sociology. I hope it makes sense, and I think it's a good translation. And here I'm just showing the emo picture of the two to show like two kinds of emotions or human expressions. And 社会学, I guess, too, is about the study of society, and society means we are existing in the context of everybody else around us and how the whole system collectively work together. And here I'm just showing two individuals, and even we trim it down only to two individuals, they can also be part of the scope of sociology, right? And then it can scoping out to all different levels of however big that group is. So that's 社会学 in Chinese. Hashing to the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you next time.